Hi, this is Jeff Nager with AMD World Championship of Custom Bike Building. We're here in Sturgis, South Dakota, and I'm standing next to Steve from Golgotha Cycles, and we've got one heck of a chopper here. What's the name of this bike?
Sanctified.
And what's the inspiration in building this chopper?
I always have had a love for long bikes. These are my favorite bikes to build, my favorite bikes to drive. The basic premise on the bike is obviously Christ and the way I believe in my faith.
And it represents it very, very well. One of the things that just stands out in this build is the frame.
Thanks. It's one that I drew up. It's a one-off, even though it may look similar to others. There's a lot of things going on inside the frame. It's a single down tube that comes completely under the engine and doesn't split until the transmission. It's a hardtail, but it's long enough where it rides fantastic. There's a 5-inch split between the engine and the transmission. There's a one-off drive that's over 17 inches long that has a low starter drive, and it just incorporates good riding.
So it's well balanced and it's easy to ride?
You bet. You can take your hands off this after about 35, 40 miles an hour, all the way up to 140 if you want to.
Now, you designed this bike. Did you start with a piece of paper? How did you get the design from your mind into what we're seeing here today?
I drew it all up on paper first, and then I did the engineering to make sure that the rake and trail was correct. And then I had a good friend of mine, Gary Maurer from Customs Inc., bend it for me, weld it up, and then we made some modifications, and this is what you see.
Talk about the geometry of the frame.
The geometry, it's a little over 10 foot long. It has a 42-degree rake. It is a rake trail angle. You got about 6 inches of trail on it, and it really rides beautiful. You can take this into the corners. Parking lots are a little fun, but
okay, and getting around slow speeds?
It actually is. If you're above about 15 miles an hour, even at about 5 miles an hour, I don't have to put my feet down. It's the little parking lot issues that can be, 10 foot long.
Well, you're rocking it in the front end there. You've got that Easy Rider look going for you. Talk about the front end.
The front end's a Springer that was designed by myself and Gary from Customs Inc. It is 18 inches over, and the reason why the bike is so long and it only has an 18-inch over front end is because everything is sequentially stretched. So instead of just having a normal bunched up frame, we stretched everything a little bit, which made for a nice long bike, but not, it balanced out a lot better that way.
So I'm thinking you're about 6 foot, so this bike is really designed for guys 6 foot to about 7 foot.
Well, actually, this bike is designed for guys under 6 foot. It's got mid controls and it's very comfortable to ride if you're a little shoulder. All I have to do for the big 7 foot guys is to run it up the forward controls and we're gold, and maybe shorten up the handlebars.
Well, it's got a nice look, a nice flow. Talk a little bit about your company, what you do, how many ground up bikes do you build?
Well, the company specializes in custom bikes. We service them, we build them, but we also do the general oil changes and basic maintenances on everything from Sportsters, Buells, Harleys, Triumphs, all the English makes, and even metrics.
All right, so when we go back to towards the end of the bike, very nice looking wheel there. Who provides that wheel for you, or did you design it yourself? And the fender?
The rims are from Extreme Machine. It's one of their designs. They made them, it was when we first got it 2 years ago, it was a beautiful new design. It's been out a little while now, but they did a fantastic job for me.
One of the things I like about the setup with the Baker and your power plant is the Evil Engineering primary.
Yeah, the Baker torque box is top notch. You get a 140 cubic inch engine pushing a little over 200 horse, and there's no way that I could transfer that from one to the other without the Evil Engineering drivetrain, their drive, and their clutch. I would just smoke anybody else's.
And talk about the engine itself.
The engine's, like I said, 140 cubic inch El Bruto, pushing a little over 200 horse. We've done some mods to it. It's naturally aspirated, and she runs like a dream. Even that big, it still is very untemperamental.
Very nice build, nice graphics. And you can tell it's really a heartfelt build for you.
It is. It was my dream to build this long bike for years. It took 2 years to build it because there were some modifications during the way to make sure it rode perfect. It's going to be a DOT legal bike when I'm done with it. It come off the showroom and it'll be an everyday rider.
Well, Steve, if somebody saw this bike and was interested in getting more information or would like some of the parts and accessories that you provide, can you give us a website address and a telephone number?
Sure, you can call me, Steve Holland, at Golgotha Performance Cycles, 517-290-0984, or catch us on the web at www.golgothacycles.com. That's golgothacycles.com.
All right. Well, thank you very much, and thank you for making the trip up here to Sturgis, and good luck in the show.
Thank you very much. You have a great day.